Although that's what they all say was his debut album, the follow-up felt like the one that would really change everything, and hip-hop threw its weight behind him. Labeled top 5 out right now by Kanye West, the hype around the album only increased when Lil Durk revealed that he told Jack Harlow a couple days ago he's gonna do 200K first week. But this album's release would be the first of a series of indignities that Jack would suffer during what was supposed to be his push to the moon. In just a few short years, Jack Harlow has gone from what's poppin' to not poppin' in the least. At one point in time, Jack Harlow really seemed like he was going to be among the leading lights of the next generation that would take over from hip-hop's current kings when they decided to throw in the towel. More impressively, he seemed intent on doing it without sacrificing his passion for the craft of rapping.
But I say all of that to say that you're on the precipice of being out of here.
Right.
You, though, are at your heart one of the realest hip-hop fans. Like, you know that you want to make sure that you deliver on being dope in hip-hop. How you keep that balance?
I'd like to think that they could just coexist. I think that you can be dope on a mass level. And I think, you have all these things that you worry about. You want to be felt the right way. You want to be perceived the right way. But one thing I've found just over the last few years is people feel you. Like, they just know when it's genuine. So I think that's what's been working for me.
In what seemed like a space of a year, he went from total outsider to so beloved that some overzealous fans were willing to go to some pretty extreme lengths to let him know just how welcome he was in the culture.
I think Jack Harlow should be able to say the N-word.
Don't have an opinion on this one.
He's just donated so much to the black community, and I think it's fine.
Wait, you think if you donate enough money?
Nah, just like enough of time and effort and the things and sacrifice that he's given to the black community, and that's what makes him allowed.
That guy's a cornball, bro. No one that's not black should be saying the N-word. It's as simple as that. But with Jack Harlow, I think it's just a simple case of him like going away from his roots. Sounds very controversial to say or like opposing to kind of say. But at the end of the day, we could see that Jack was someone he's a white boy that was enthusiastic about hip-hop culture, black culture, had appreciation for it. And it wasn't in a way where he was trying to basically just take away from it. He was actually here to show some appreciation, show some, appreciation for the creativity of it, the art of it. What now changed was that he was basically some people go away from it. They do the Post Malone method. With him, in my personal opinion, he basically tried to double down or triple down into it, where it went from it being appreciation into becoming like a bit too much. Like, bro, you're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're cool, you can hang, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where fans were very, very annoyed. Another argument people basically put up was the fact that he just started singing and things like that. Bro, the guy's been singing from day dot, let's be real. On his first album, I enjoyed that one. He said, I think I've enjoyed all of his projects up until Monica, you know what I mean? But for majority of his albums, bro, he's been singing. He's been, rapping. He's been doing his thing, showing appreciation for the art form. But to completely switch and then triple down, and it's not tripling down in a way where people can be eased into you tripling down. It's just automatically. I don't really know, man. I don't think it was wise on him or the team, me personally speaking. But let me know down in the comments nonetheless, and make sure to like if you're enjoying the content so far.
So not because he's a pretty good rapper.
Nah, bro, but he's the John Brown of our time.
Gradually, those once fast-moving wheels began to come off. And over the last 4 years or so, it's felt like he's gone from one disaster to the next.
This isn't catchy, this isn't rhythmic, this isn't ear-grabbing, there's no great hooks, the singing is god-awful.
Recently, the release of his 4th studio project had been completely overshadowed by a single headline-grabbing quote. One that ensured no matter how good the music was, it was never going to get a fair hearing.
I'm saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into.
I got blacker. I got blacker. I got blacker.
Black music.
Yeah.
Deeper into black.
Yeah.
And now, after a few stumbles and near misses, it looks like his once prosperous career might be in serious trouble.
And frankly, I don't know what bouncing back from here for Jack even looks like at this point.
But to really understand how it all unraveled, we need to go back to where it all started. Because the higher the climb, the harder the fall. A rapper since he was in his early teens, it seemed very unlikely that a white kid from Kentucky would ever be taken seriously in an art form so removed from his origins. But that didn't stop him from at least trying. And after dropping his debut album Finally Handsome in 2014, he led with a set of skills that he felt couldn't be denied, no matter how little melanin he had.
When you look back at the stuff he was privy to,
Yeah.
are you surprised, or were you already pretty nice with it?
I think at the time I wasn't surprised. I mean, you always look back and it's like when you look at pictures of yourself in middle school, like you're like, there's something there. So I just salute him and everyone that's been supporting me for the longest for seeing the vision.
As his buzz began to percolate, Jack would wind up signing to DJ Drama and Don Cannon's Atlantic-backed label, Generation Now, in 2018. 2 years on, his breakthrough single, What's Poppin', emerged. And as major stars flocked to be on the remix, it felt like he'd essentially been given the keys to the kingdom in one fell swoop. By the end of the year, his 2020 album, That's What They All Say, sold 51,000 in his first week, making it pretty evident that he wasn't just a flash in the pan. At the time, he had a lot of self-awareness in regards to why people were gravitating to his sound, telling NME that the only thing keeping me here right now is that level of authenticity of being myself. And while that was likely true, having a feature alongside Lil Nas X on the 2021 Billboard #1 single Industry Baby certainly didn't hurt when it came to crossing over from the hip-hop world to the mainstream, nor did his charm that made him such a hit with the ladies cause his profile any harm either.
You know what's up. I don't have to explain it to you.
Well, I'll see you in there.
Can't wait. Love you. Bye.
Love ya.
You know what I like?
Yeah.
Where I'm from, I don't know if they have it out here. They have little boxes in public. You can open them up, and there's little books inside. It's a little library.
Yes.
Take a book, put it back. Never done it. I just like.
He should have just went down the pop lane, man. He should have just went down the pop lane and done the Post Malone method. Like, it's even to a point where now I'm even starting to think that, bro, he would have got less hate and probably more support if he did the Post Malone method than if he didn't. So, it's sad to say, but, bro, like, just stick to the lane and just stick to what's working. That's what I would have done if I was in this position. The only thing is that, and it's a double-edged sword, I generally believe that Jack really loves black culture. He loves hip-hop culture. He's one of them people that really love it, bro. You know what I mean? They love it, love it, love it. But it's all the extra fluff, man. All the things that's happened to black people, all the things that's happened to the genre is not necessarily the best look. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the best look, especially when it's like you're in the genre, you're not picking sides, but it's almost as if though you're basically going pop for a bit and then you're basically just tapping back into the genre whenever you need it. You're going to be perceived as someone different from maybe an Eminem where he just stayed true to the genre through and through. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? So I already know, man. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think I'm bugging, though. I'm always open to learning and obviously being critiqued as well.
Like walking past them.
Can you read?
What kind of question is that?
What the hell is this?
Sorry, I meant, do you like to read?
I do.
In his interviews from the time, Jack let it be known that he had no shortage of ambitions to embed himself in the heart of pop culture, seeking to stick around for the long haul and deliver classic projects.
You know, I wanted to stay present last year, but, you know, I knew I had to bring it. You know, I have big plans for myself and, you know, how I represent my generation and, you know, what I'm going to mean to this next decade. So, you know, I like to take my time and make sure I come with it. I'm a body of work type of artist. So, you know, it wasn't necessarily that we boycotted putting out music last year, but, you know, I just took my time. You know, the record I did with Nas gave me some, you know, some room to keep cooking. You know, it's all about the music first. There's a lot that comes with me now. You know, people are starting to attach to me for different reasons, but for me, it starts with the music.
Although there was notable progress, he refused to get too comfortable, feeling that any degree of security could be detrimental to his career. I have serious imposter syndrome the whole way through, he told GQ. And then you have to bounce with it and you feel like you are totally where you're supposed to be. Moments of self-doubt combined with moments of I am who I think I am. I think what has worked for me is that my music has never been about the fact that I am white. I don't try to lean into the, hey, I'm the white boy. I try not to make it a novelty. I rap from the heart rather than trying to do a white version of the art form. Once he'd resurfaced from 2 years in the studio, Jack's ascent to superstardom seemed like it was basically a foregone conclusion.
Bro, where is this guy gone,
Fergie
bro? This little Nas
trying to do a white version of the art form. Once he resurfaced,
he's gone from being the most, you could say, controversial kind of act into now just becoming like non-existent. Like, where is he actually gone? Where is he gone? It's like, I don't understand how people are able to rise so quickly to the top and then just plummet like that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, is there no sustainability? Was it a case where maybe he didn't actually build a core fan base and he was just trying to basically piss people off? I think that's maybe what it was. Maybe his core fan base that you would have been behind him, it got a bit too much for even them. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know what? We're not behind this guy anymore. F him, etc. Like, from the point this guy did a video where he was dancing and twerking on the devil, yeah? Bro, I said, nah, like, this is mind games, bro. Like, how we got into a place in society where we're allowing that to be televised, bro? That's insane, bro. Of course, freedom of expression, but, bro, let's have some sort of guidelines and stuff like that, bro. You know what I mean? It's not making sense.
Particularly when the Fergie sampling First Class took TikTok by storm ahead of its release, before picking up 54.6 million streams in its first week alone.
I feel blessed.
Right? And you got it quick.
Yeah.
You didn't have to put 40 albums out before you got that joint.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 10 years in, but
Are you 10 years in?
Yeah, I am.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
No.
Yeah, you've known about me for 2, but I've been at it.
No, a little bit more than the 2.
And working towards it for 10. I haven't been in the industry for 10. But what you're saying, I think, is that how many years you've been in the game.
Yes. You know
And
how many
when you
years
say that,
Jay-Z
you're
was
fair.
in the game before he had a number
How
1?
many?
Jay-Z didn't get a number 1. I believe it was Empire State. Yeah, it was Empire State
I'm
of Mind.
blessed then. You know, it's my second number 1.
So what do you think it is? What do you think it is, Mr. Harlow? Just fire or just timing
It's a
or
combo
just
of
a
things.
team?
Yeah, it's
or...
timing, there's just good fortune, and then there's hard work and a lot of thought and care put into music.
Yeah.
If he could produce a few more chart-ready bangers like that on his forthcoming album Come Home, The Kids Miss You, then all of this talk about him being next up or the natural successor to someone like Drake would seem possible. Let's not forget that he was so gassed up that he was given the starring role in a remake of the classic basketball film White Men Can't Jump, without a hint of acting experience. Although that's what they all say was his debut album, the follow-up felt like the one that would really change everything, and hip-hop threw its weight behind him. Labeled top 5 out right now by Kanye West, the hype around the album only increased when Lil Durk revealed that he told Jack Harlow a couple days ago he's gonna do 200K first week. But this album's release would be the first of a series of indignities that Jack would suffer during what was supposed to be his push to the moon. When Come Home, The Kids Miss You dropped, it seriously underperformed. After being projected for sales around 180K, the end result was actually 113,000. This wasn't a disaster in itself, and many would love those numbers. But it wasn't just that the sales didn't equate to what people expected. The album left people unmoved from a musical standpoint too. Disappointing album from an artist that knows how to make a good single. Jack knows how to do better. Repetitive bullshit from a normally fun and charismatic rapper. But instead, his major debut in the industry has to be commercial H&M lobby music.
You can say y'all don't understand what happens when an artist has to go pop. He's never had to go pop. He's been pop. Outside of being painfully generic and uninventive, it just feels like Jack Harlow is feeding into this silhouette, a void, a black hole.
That's the thing, bro. When you go pop and you actually double down on what you can say commercial music, you're gonna have to dumb down your music, bro. I think that's part of the issue that even Drake is having right now. Like, he's gotten to a stage where he has fans in almost every single genre besides maybe like rock, for example. Like, name a genre, he's done it. He's done Afro beats, he's done bloody like Afro swing here in the UK. He's done like grime, he's done drill, he's done trap, he's done all different versions of trap as well. He's the type of person that, for example, like Low Shimmy, obviously just been popping up recently in these past year or so, and he got him on the album, you know what I mean? Like, he's very, very, his ears are to the street, you know what I mean? So he has fans that like him for different things, different utilities, etc. With Jack Harlow, I think is a case where he's kind of done the opposite thing, where he's come in the game being a hip-hop boy, or you could say someone that could, because the guy can actually make great music, yeah? Make great music, sound authentic to the genre and sound true to it, but he has a star appeal and he has a branding of someone that's already in pop. Hence why I understand why this guy's saying that he's always been in pop, but maybe we didn't realize it. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe Jack didn't realize it himself, kind of vibe. So I really don't know where things basically went wrong for Jack. I hope that he's able to basically come back from it. It's hard for an artist to come back from a fall off, but if they put in enough work, they lock him in the right team, lock him in themselves, then there shouldn't be a reason for them not to be able to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Good luck, Jack. What the fuck? the fuck? Good luck, Jack Harlow, anyways, nonetheless.